Hi everybody, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. This is the video broadcast for May, linking into Archangel Metatron's energy and whatever it is that he wants to bring through for us this month. Don't know about the rest of you, but I found April quite challenging. I felt as though it was ploughing through treacle a lot of the time. A lot of people reporting that they were tired, excessively tired, more so than normal. Lots of headaches, aches and pains. Lots of endings, or certainly one door closing and another door opening. And some of us are still having an ongoing process with that. Certainly in my own life, I've become aware of maybe certain doors closing only within really the last 24 hours or so, and new ones obviously opening as of today, 1st of May. Can't believe we've actually got here already to springtime in the UK and around the world. When I was growing up, my grandmother had a song that she used to sing. It's a very old-fashioned song. I'm not going to sing it now, but I'm going to just say the first verse. And it was about May, and it went along the lines of, "Merry is the May, so the poets used to say, but I think they have made a blunder. Snow is on the hill, and the winds are very chill. It is May, merry May, I wonder." Some of you may remember that song from the past. But certainly it's been very warm here in the UK. I'm about to go over to Norway in 2 days' time to teach some Archangel Metatron work out there, and it's been warm there as well, but the temperatures are set to plummet actually, not just in the UK but in Norway as well, as we have what's called an Arctic blast sort of coming in. So that song came to mind for me this morning because I feel it's very appropriate. If you haven't yet felt the springtime arriving in your life and moving away from the weather here, but just using that as a piece of symbolism for your own life in terms of new starts, then just be aware that we still are into what I guess Metatron is calling the green shoots of recovery and renewal. And some of us still haven't quite stabilised our energy after the hectic, frantic energy of April. So I know that this video is going to be quite different. I do know what the topic is going to be already, and it's going to concern something which is coming through as a new colour that hasn't yet quite been born within the range. It's going to be a very beautiful sapphire blue, and it's linked into divine timing, something that as humans we find quite difficult to accept, I guess, that there is a divine time to everything and that we are all linked into the cycles and seasons of the world. So I think with any further ado, I'm just going to call Metatron's energy in, and we're going to link into what he has to say to us this May 2014. Just like to put a bit of sound therapy into the space around me. And I'm not sure if this is going to carry across the video, but we're just going to use it just to call in Metatron's energy. Archangel Metatron, a being of supreme light and beauty. And Archangel Metatron is also linked to creation. He is said to be part of the divine spark that has always been here since the start of our universe. And as I look into my bowl here, I'm reminded of the Om symbol, which is linked to creation as well. And it feels as though this is something he wants to talk about now. So I'm going to go straight into his language as I feel him present. I'm just putting a beautiful dark blue energy around me, which you may also just like to pull in around you as well as we link into Metatron's words and energy now. It is true that I have been around since the start of creation of your planet, and yet there is so much more to the universe, of course, than just planet Earth. However, I am the custodian of your planet, and watch over all the cycles of change and the seasons and the new people being born and those that die on this planet, because it is very dear to me. Indeed, Earth is a place where you choose to go to learn many lessons that you cannot learn on other galaxies. It has been said that Earth holds a dense vibration, and this has certainly been true up to this point in your Earth's history. And indeed, there are still many pockets in your Earth and people on your Earth which are still playing with this dense energy. And yet I say to you this May time that there is so much rebirth and new beginnings that are all around many of you. And it brings great joy for me to see this. I want to talk today about creation and the ability to create new beginnings at any point in your life, whatever age you are, whatever circumstance you find yourself in, whatever blocks you may perceive around you. The answer to so many of the frustrations and things that hold you back in life from creating new is to see your life as part of a wider consciousness connected to the allness and also orchestrated by a higher power that is able to remove any obstacle, any barrier that is in your way. So often you sink into small human mentality and forget your divine power. You forget that everything is possible in this lifetime and that you came into this incarnation knowing that. You came into this incarnation knowing that you were going to make a difference in this lifetime. And this can be played out in so many different ways. It doesn't have to be in big, grand ways. It can be within family groups. It can be in people that you know, people that you meet in the street. But all of you are here to make a difference. And yet, and I have to say, maybe my energy for some is very powerful, very strident. I like to try to push you into new places where I can see that your abilities are right for. And this is indeed true. But yet also, it is just as important to pause and to rest and to be still as it is to be strident and to move forward and to try new things. Very few of you have got the balance right on this. So you need to learn when you need to move, when you need to push forward, when you need to be doing and working, and also when you need to be still and quiet, and when you need to retreat. The meditation I'd like to bring forward today is linked into this latter quality of being still, and it is linked into time as well. Time as a divine quantity that needs to be respected, and that very much as humans you need to look at nature. Nature knows when it is time to grow, when it is time to flourish, when it is time for abundance, and when it is time for retreat, so that the renewal can come forward. Okay, what Metatron is going to do now is going to take us into a meditation. So if you'd like to just get comfortable in your surroundings, get comfortable on your seat, and we'll go straight into it. I would like you to imagine yourself outside a very beautiful cottage. This is the type of cottage that you see very often in England, but it can be also something that is relevant to whichever country that you're watching this in. I'm being shown a very traditional English cottage, and he's asking that you see yourself outside the door of this cottage. just taking note of what this dwelling place looks like. It's very beautiful and it's very old. It dates back many, many hundreds of years, and so therefore has had the imprint of many people's lives within its walls. Yet it still stands tall and proud, and it holds a beauty that nothing that is built now can really match, because it holds the beauty of the people that have lived within it and the times in which it has seen. So as you stand outside this cottage, I'd like you to take a look at the door. I'd like you to take a look at the surroundings outside the door. And you may also notice the colour of the door, the lettering or the numbers that are on it. You may notice what the door is made of, how wide it is, how narrow it is. There may be steps leading up to the door. There may be plants around it. Whatever it is, the door opens now for you. And you walk inside into a very beautiful sitting room. It's very humbly decorated. It isn't necessarily grand, but it is warm, comfortable, and inviting. And you notice that there is a small fire in the hearth place, with 2 chairs sitting either side of the fireplace within this sitting room. You note the glow and the warmth coming from the fireplace, and you feel as though you would like to go and sit in one of the chairs. There is nobody else with you at present in this cottage. The door that opened knew that you were coming, and Metatron, whose energy is within this house, has invited you into this sacred dwelling place. It's somewhere where it is a retreat from everyday life, and it is a place where you can just pause and be. So you sit beside the fire, and your body feels the glow of the fire and the warmth, and you can feel your body just relaxing as it embraces the warmth coming from this fire. You feel your body starting to relax, your bones starting to relax, your back relaxing. You can feel your feet on the soft carpet underneath you. You can feel the soft upholstery of the chair underneath you. And you really just sink back into this armchair. It's very comfortable. And Metatron is showing me it also has armrests on it. And you're able just to nestle into this chair, which is just the right size for you. There are cushions around you, and you just feel very safe, very warm, very comfortable in this place, this special cottage. And within this particular room, you become aware of the presence of Archangel Metatron, and his energy is coming from the beautiful fire in the fireplace. And you look into it, and very much like we do as children, you look into the flames and you start to see the colours. You start to see the flames dance and flicker. And just take a moment to look within these flames, look within these embers, at the pictures that are dancing there before your eyes and the energy of Metatron that is within them. Very much as though you are looking into a crystal ball, but this time you're being asked to look into the flames and see the pictures that Metatron is giving you now. Take a moment to look into the flames and see the images that are being given to you now. You may also, at this point, Get a sense of Metatron's energy around you, holding you and supporting you. You may also hear any words that he has to say to you at this time. After receiving this message, you sit back knowing that Metatron is with you. And then it is as if his energy, which can be anywhere where it is needed in the world at any time, it isn't just in one place, it isn't static. You become aware that his energy has moved from the fire is still warm, it's still glowing, but his energy is sitting opposite you in the chair in front of you. So you both sit in front of the fire, and he says to you, I am going to teach you how to be still. I am going to teach you how to just be. I am going to teach you how to literally be able to control time, because time is something that Metatron governs, so that you can have the time that you need within your day, within your week, within your month, to just sit and be. And he says to you, at any time that you feel stressed or overwhelmed, you are to picture yourself now beside the fire as you are, sitting in your chair with Metatron opposite you, and all that you are doing is you are sitting with him and just holding a sacred time together. Just allow yourself now to sit and to be with Archangel Metatron beside you. And as this process happens and starts, and you can bring yourself back to this place anytime you need, you become aware of a beautiful old clock on the mantelpiece above the fire. It has a wooden oak surround to it and old-fashioned dials, in that you can clearly see the numbers of each hour, and you can see the gentle, or you can hear the gentle tick-tock of this clock. And as you and Metatron look at this clock, you may notice the time on it, you may not. You suddenly become aware that the tick-tock, tick-tock sound has stopped, and the movement of the hands of the clock has also stopped. Metatron has literally stopped time for us here to just sit and be and to heal. And we're going to have a minute of silence now, where we just sit and be. And then from that place of silence, knowing that you can go back to it at any time that you want, for as long as you want, you look at Metatron and he smiles and he nods at you and he says, "This is how it is done." You look at the clock above the mantelpiece and you see that the tick-tock has started again. It's very gentle. It's actually very comforting. And you become aware of more light in the room than you had before. You feel refreshed and renewed from having had some time to just sit and be. Knowing that you've had this time with Metatron, you stand up from the fireplace and you feel it is time to leave the sitting room, leave this beautiful cottage. The door opens and Metatron says to you, you can come back here whenever you need to. And you go out of the door, you go down the steps, you go down the garden path, you give thanks for the experience that you've had, and you step out of the gate and gently lock it again, knowing that you can return. And so if you haven't already opened your eyes, please do so now, feeling your feet on the earth and just coming back to. I hope you found that helpful. I'd like to now just choose 3 cards for me, and I'm choosing them here from Stephen Farmer's Earth Magic set. So they feel quite shamanic, these cards. I like to use different cards from time to time. So let's see, with Metatron's help, what is the energy coming up again for me, for us. I'm just going to choose 3. Well, you can't see what I'm doing here, so you'll have to trust me that these are the 3 that have been picked out. The first one, I know we're not in winter, but it talks about reflection. Sorry, I know you can't see these very well here. It talks about winter solstice. It's not necessarily linked into winter solstice because obviously we're coming into springtime, but the point is it talks about reflection. One of the, okay, I'll say it here because it feels appropriate. This new spray that's being created, which I talked about at the start, which is going to help us to be still, came about after a client session I had with somebody this Monday. And Helen is her name, and she lives near Henley in Buckinghamshire, and she's going to be doing some work with Metatron, which links into the need for this stillness that we're talking about. And she got given the name, and I know I have her permission to talk about this because I said I was going to. She got given the name Reflections as, I guess, a form of Metatron's new therapy, which is going to be developed over the summer, which really helps us to learn to be still. So I love the fact that word reflection is there, because that's really just confirmation, not just for Helen, but for me and for others that are going to be working in this way, that Metatron is going to help us and teach us how to be still, how to reflect and how to be. The second card we've got is a fairies card, actually, Earth Magic. That cottage that Metatron was talking to you about, for me, I was taken to a cottage where I grew up as a child. It was a 16th century cottage in Thames Ditton in Surrey, and there was a beautiful not country garden, but it was like an old cottage garden, and I always used to believe there were fairies at the bottom of the garden, and me and my brother used to look over the fence, and we used to think we saw little gnomes and fairies. Whether we did or not, I have no idea. But we probably did, Metatron's saying to me. It's that whole thing about allowing in different forms of energy this springtime. And, you know, the fairies are just very beautiful creatures that live in nature. And maybe for those of you that resonate with fairy magic, it's just remembering that they are here to help us as well. And then the third card I've chosen, after all those sort of the blue tones, is this one. And you can see it's the card which is fire, which is exactly what we were just connecting into. Fire as something which not only is purifying, but as Metatron said, if we actually look into the flames, it actually takes us into a different world. It helps to still the mind by focusing in on the image of fire. because it is the place where our imagination can be brought alive, and also where Metatron can give us images. And maybe some of you saw images in the meditation that we did today. So I'm aware this video is coming up for 25 minutes, so I feel I've said enough for this video. There probably is more to say in May after I get back from Norway, and I will be back on Monday or Tuesday of next week, and I'm sure there's going to be new energy, new information as well after that. But I wanted to put up a video today as it is the 1st of May. So hope you've enjoyed that. Please, those of you that haven't looked at my Facebook page, it's called Angelic Celestial Colours, do that because I update most days, and keep an eye out for all these beautiful new colours that are coming through. As I say, definitely there's a sapphire blue one. There is also going to be a new pale pink one, which I know about, which is an inner child spray as well. So there's a lot going on at the moment with Metatron, and I really wish you well this May. And the last card I've just pulled is this one, which is New Moon, which is promise. It's the promise of a new beginning this May time. So enjoy the springtime, enjoy this month, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye for now.